What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to another prospect breakdown video. Today, we've got Arizona's Carter Bryant. This is going to be one of the more interesting ones that we've done so far. This is probably the first prospect where he's really in the conversation, in large part due to people being very hopeful about talent rather than seeing actual results. But nevertheless, I'm really excited to start breaking him down. But before we do that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. Please show these videos some extra love. The Do They Fit in the NBA video, you're watching one right now. They always get demonetized unfairly, even though I'm protected under fair use. YouTube is going to side with big business every single time, but these are like my favorite to do on the channel. If they keep getting a lot of love, then I'll keep pumping them out to you guys. We're going to do every single first round talent, hopefully. And then Ideal Offseason's back, the most popular series on the channel. Go give them a watch. They're a lot of fun. We'll be doing every single team of them as well. But anyway, let's talk Carter Bryant. So Carter Bryant, 6'8", 225-pound two freshman. That is a big boy playing the forward position. This is no center. This is a forward. This is a really big kid. This is a pretty big kid. You don't usually expect to see that kind of size right away out of somebody at this age, which is pretty cool. So obviously could have a big bulky dude on our hands. And as mentioned, here's the interesting thing about Carter Bryant is, like, if we look at his stats, which we will, we're really not gonna see too much out of it. I think he had only like a handful of games where he even scored like double figures. And he was kind of a guy that halfway through the college season, all of a sudden people started mocking him and saying, like, not mocking him, like making fun of him, but he was all of a sudden mocked in the first rounds. And now he's kind of moved up to being like a late lottery pick for a lot of people. And it's purely off of upside. People are looking at him and saying, the little things that we see tell us that this guy could be a really good NBA player. College basketball maybe isn't for him. He's got a lot of other better players on the team ahead of him. We think that the talent is there if you really look hard enough, and enough to say that we should take him with like a potential end of lottery pick, which is saying quite a lot. And usually one or two of these guys comes out every single year, and that causes us to look at things a little bit differently. Typically, I would show you like a couple videos of like, hey, here's one game he had, here's another game he had, here's another game. But one, on YouTube, I can't even find highlights of per game stuff of Carter Bryant. Like, I could go on like Synergy or some of the other apps that I have access to, but I'm not allowed to show those on YouTube. I could get in trouble for that type of stuff. So I'm not going to do it, and I guess I could take the time, export all the film, put it into something else myself, but I don't really want to do that. That's just too much for me. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually just going to watch one video, and it's just like an overall highlights thing, because that's what everyone's determining this guy's value off of anyway, is the highlights, which is kind of an interesting thing. It makes it a much riskier pick than normal, and so we kind of get to do something a little different today, where it's not just watching full game stuff, because look, if we take a look at his per game stuff, it's really not that much anyway. Like, he's not even playing that many minutes. He doesn't even play half the game most of the time. And so we're just looking at highlights, seeing, okay, does this like top tier stuff that he's showing us, is that enough for us to use a pick on him? And so I find that interesting. Let's take a look at these numbers. 6.5 points per game, and we're saying potential lottery pick, right? Like, kind of insane, right? Kind of insane. But again, 6'8" guy, supposedly pretty athletic, right? And you're like, wow, 6'8", 225 already at that position. Everybody's always going to get a little bit excited about that, right? Because that's the position that you're really looking for often. So 6.5 points per game. Okay, 1 turnover, 1 assist. I don't love seeing that always, but is what it is. Getting you a block and a steal a game, too. Pretty active. 3.2 rebounds, considering he's only playing less than 20 minutes. Not that bad for a guy his size. Getting to the free throw line once a game. And he's shooting about 70% from the free throw line. Not bad. Not bad, right? Not great, not bad. And I know there's always the stuff around free throws where, because hopefully, I don't even think we'll get to see any free throws probably in this video. I doubt they put them in, but sometimes people look at the free throws as an indicator of like how good someone is at shooting. I don't think it's a direct one-to-one like a lot of people draw it out to be. I think it's more so I can look at like when I teach someone how to shoot, I do a lot of set shooting, which is just putting them by the rim, like right next to the rim, and just having them go through their form and do stuff like that, right? Like, free throws give us a look into what they look like during set shooting where it's just mechanics based, right? But there's also like so many things mental that go into free throws, and that's why I don't consider the free throw percentage to be an indicator necessarily of someone's shooting ability. But regardless, he shot 37% from three on almost 3 threes a game in very limited minutes. That's pretty damn impressive. Like, that's a pretty good number right there. So I'm curious to see how he looks shooting wise. 46% from the field, not that bad. We absolutely take that. And so I also want to go to his game logs right here, because look at this. Like, he only started, what, 5 games this whole season? So that tells you something. Not playing many minutes. He obviously played more minutes towards the end of the season because, you know, the hype around him started to build. But look at this. How many times did we score double digits this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times he scored double-digit points this season, and that's telling, right? So we must see something in these highlights that says, like, wow, there's so much talent here. We'd rather just have him on our team now and try to develop him ourselves, because we're going to develop him better than a college team would anyway. Because here's the important thing to remember with these people always, right? And we bring this up in every single video. College basketball is very different than NBA basketball. It's so very different. There's just so many things that happen in college ball that don't happen in the NBA. So you really have to use a magnifying glass to say, okay, how is this going to translate here? How is this going to translate here? When we watch the international film, it's much easier to tell how they're going to translate. One, they're just playing against better talent, more often than not, at least, if we're taking a look at them for these videos. They're usually playing against pretty good talent, and they're usually playing much more NBA-style basketball. It's still never a perfect match, but it's a lot closer. People understand certain things like spacing better, where to be at certain times, right? Like, you see certain defensive things capitalized on a lot more. It's very different, right? College basketball is weird. It's like they never left the 80s and 90s. It's really weird. It's getting a little bit better. This year was the first year where I saw things getting a little bit better with certain teams, but still a ways to go, right? We still have instances where 2 guys are posting up in the same place all the time, and you're like, what the hell's going on right now? But anyway, that's Carter Bryant, man. We're going to watch the highlights and figure out what we want to do with him. At the very end, we're going to throw him on our big board here that we've been compiling after every single video. And I believe this is the last, like, lottery projected talent that we have, unless I'm forgetting somebody right now. So I'm very curious to see where this is by the end of it, because he was, like, one of the last people to declare for the draft. So that's why I waited on him a little bit more. But I haven't personally done my homework on him yet. So this is really my first time doing any sort of deep dive on this, but hopefully it's clear as well that this is not the final time I'll be watching his stuff. I'm going to do a much more in-depth thing where I do watch almost like every minute of him play. It won't be that hard actually to do that, so I definitely will do that. But for the sake of YouTube, I have to make it much more bite-sized, right, so that it's digestible. But anyway, let's watch some film on Carter Bryant. Alrighty, y'all, so this video breaks it down into some scoring. We've got some defense here and some playmaking somewhere here in the middle. So obviously the hope is that this guy's going to be an athletic 3-and-D guy, right? And we'll see if he can put the ball on the floor at all. But those are kind of the things that we're looking for in this. So without further ado, let's jump into this. All right, here we go. Ooh, little block there. He's number 9 here. He's the one running, and already, and I'm going to rewind this stuff a lot. I hope you guys know that, because again, like, this is educational content. YouTube, don't take it down. Already, crazy block right here, and just seeing him move and run, this is an extremely coordinated guy. Mind you, he's 6'8". I don't think people give enough credit. I know we're just started this, right? But people don't give enough credit to how crazy of athletes basketball players are. Like, you know, if you saw a random 6'8" dude on the street, they're like struggling to like move their body and everything. But then you see them running like this. It is insane what people are able to do. So 6'8", 225, moving like this. That's what we like to see. Give him the basketball. Hey, that was easy. A little bit of energy. I like that. Here we go. Throwing the ball up. Ooh! He took off a bit too early. He wasn't sure he actually wanted to dunk on him right here, but then he took off. Wow. That is, that's crazy. Second hash mark right there, huh? That's where we're jumping from, and he gets long. Arizona always gets the lengthy athletic dudes, man. It's just what they do. They've developed a lot of these guys in the past, so that's what they tend to do. Wow. What a dunk. That was impressive. There we go. Got in the passing lane. Here we go. Throw it down for me. Okay, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of dunks early, aren't we? Let's get a little bit more volume on this. Here we go. They're always gonna start off with the dunks because why not? But again, we're watching highlights, right? That's what we're trying to figure out is like, hey, is there enough talent here to make something work? Here we go. Here we go. Now I want to turn it back down a little bit. You guys tell me how the volume is. I never know what's exactly good for you guys. I just want to see this one more time. Good coordination. That's nice. All right, here we go. The first jumper. All right, he jumps right into it, which is awesome, right? I like how he bounced into his jumper. For those of you unfamiliar, when I did player development back in the day, shooting was always my area of focus. That was just my kind of specialty, so I'm always going to go a little bit more in-depth on the shooting form. Feet look a little bit off right now. This left foot here, we want it at a 45-degree angle facing away from the shooting arm. He's a righty right here, so we want this foot pointing more towards this way. This one looks pretty good, but when you have the feet like this, it kind of puts this little weird bend, like this knee's bending in this way, this knee's bending in this way. That's not a very sturdy base right there, but he jumps into it. He gets really good upper body. This looks just like how Jason Tatum kind of shoots, doesn't it? Let me see that one more time. Let me see that one more time. His upper half, like if we were to do a 2K thing, he's got the Jason Tatum upper half. He does a little bit. He does. It doesn't hitch quite as much. Like Jason Tatum kind of brings the ball even in a little bit further than that, but the like upper release looks just like him, and he jumps together well. That looks pretty dang good. That like it could be better, but that looked pretty good. Cool. Where are we going? Give him the basketball. What are we doing right here? Just a little jab, goes into it. That time his feet looked a little bit better. Knees still kind of bending in towards each other. They jump together. He lands on one foot again. He's been pressured both times, but gets it off. That's a tough-ass shot. Okay, misses this one. Rebound. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Let me see this. All right, so catches the ball, right, and then just goes immediately into, he's just inside the paint right here, just doesn't even really bring the ball that low. He just kind of springs back up and just throws it down. Wow. Okay, we got a bouncy boy on our hands, don't we? We got a bouncy boy. A little bit of toot as well. Here we go. Somebody just got iced. You hit the short roll. That's the right thing. Oh, Arizona, you're running a little play right here. An alley-oop's going to happen right here. Give me those. Ah! Oh, a little springy. A little springy. Yeah! I like it. I like it. Not seeing too much with the basketball yet outside of just transition, but we got a bouncy boy. Okay, here we go. We're going to hit this cutter right here. Are they going to find the corner? There we go. All right, let's see it. Feet look pretty good right here. He gets it up. He jumps together. He lands on two that time. That was a pretty good shot. That's pretty dang perfect. Let me see it one more time. How's the spacing of them? Feet are perfect right here. The lower half is absolutely perfect right here. Shoulder width apart, very balanced. He jumps together. The reason you jump together, boys and girls, is because if you jump together like this, the only way your body can go is straight up and down, right? Only way you can go is straight up and down. If you go like out or something like that, or you twist or do anything like that, all of a sudden now there's variance in the shot, and that's not what you want. But he jumps together here, lands on two, very balanced, amazing. Oh, this court hurts my eyes. I remember this. This is a Big 12 championship, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, kind of a no move right here. Again, he kind of hits like the little like fake in and out. That's the second time we've seen that one. And again, can't judge it too much. It's just highlights, right? We're expecting this guy to be pretty raw, but let's see. All right, so this time now when he's on the right side of the court again, that left foot looks like it's pointing towards the rim a little bit more again. So there's going to be some variance in the shot because he has to bring this left foot in even more to shoot it. But he does still come together well. He gets really high, and at least he goes pretty straight up for the most part. He's fading a little bit, but again, that's because the left leg is dangling a little bit. And he's got a guy in his mouth, but hey, pretty nice overall. Like that's a pretty solid shooting form. Like I feel already very much like, yeah, no, this is very workable. We can work with this. All right, get the basketball for me. Feet are perfect here. Notice how he looks like he could sit in a chair. Please go straight up and down. Oh yeah, straight up and down, jumps together. Chef's kiss. We can live with that. We can live with that. Where are we going? All right, coming around a little bit of NBA action right here. This is what we want to see. A little pin down right here. Watch. This is an actual NBA set right here. So you got this guy coming off the pin down here. And he's going to go right into it just how he should. Feet look pretty good. The knees are still bent in a little bit. We could probably strengthen up the legs a little bit, get a little bigger and stronger. He's only a freshman, so that's fine. And we could be even more balanced. And he goes up. He gets low-key fouled right there, but hey, fair enough. Fair enough, we're here. Ooh, play off 2 feet. We like this. We like this right here. The reason you play off 2 feet, boys and girls, right, is because you're much more balanced. Look, if you're that much more athletic than everyone else and you want to go up with one, like, I get it. Sometimes you just have to get the ball up quicker. If you're going into traffic and stuff, don't try to go off of one because you're going to get knocked out of the sky more often than not. So it's a tough thing for people to learn because it's a little bit slower, but is what it is. So he plays off 2 here, ends up in a weird spot, but finishes. Cool. Cool. It goes right into the jumper again. I want to keep watching this jumper. It makes me happy because we've watched a couple not-so-good jumpers in a row. All right, here we go. He gets right into it. Again, the knees bent a little bit here, but he goes up, jumps together, gets a really nice high release. I like it. I like it. All right, jumping right into it again. This is beautiful. He didn't jump quite as high as he normally had on this one. He was a little bit unsure of himself. Watch how his legs or his knees don't fully like elongate. If you would, he kind of stays crouched a little bit for this one. This is what happens when you feel a little bit jammed when you're about to shoot. So, but he gets it anyway. Gets it anyway. Here we go, rip through. I like it. That's the typical like Jason Tatum fade, isn't it? Okay, okay. So we're starting to see a little bit of a comparison here, right? Obviously, he doesn't have the basketball quite as much, but maybe that's kind of the archetype we're trying to work towards, right? Is a Jason Tatum type of dude. So he's already got those kind of moves he's okay with going to. They're running the same play again. Throw that up for me. Yep, he's bouncy. Can confirm, Carter Bryant, he's bouncy, which is fun because he's 6'8", 225. All right, swing over here. Feet look a little bit off here, maybe just a little bit, but jumps together well here. Again, kind of in a squat position here. We got to get him to a point where he's just really, like, smooth going through it, but, like, a lot of it's really good. Cool. Give me that basketball. That's really smooth. We like that. Good touch, not rushed. Here we go. Here we go. Swing. That looks really good. Money. Money, money, money. Ooh, give me those. I want to see that again. Want to see that again. So give me those. Poke that thing free. What are we going to do with it? Hey. Oh, he took off way too early there, didn't he? Let's see. Like, he takes off from here and doesn't exactly go up at all. Like, we'd like to just kind of see him take it all the way to the rim. Young player mistake, I guess. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, we got headband Carter Bryant now. Okay, fair enough. All right, shot forms I'm pretty happy with. It's very workable. All right, again, we're not seeing much with the ball, but that's okay. Taking a tough-ass jumper, low-key a foul. Here we go. Shout out VJ Edgecombe. Is he on the court right now? Oh my gosh, another dunk. I was watching VJ Edgecombe. Oh, you couldn't even see him. Okay, that's why. But again, they set this little back screen because in college basketball, for whatever reason, sometimes they get into this mode where they're like, let's play this zone defense where all of our guys are free throw line extended except for one who's not even under the rim, so that a guy like this can just be like, hey, this guy's dumb. This guy's dumb. I'm going to set this screen here, and you're going to get a really easy alley-oop. Good. Actually, I don't even think he saw it completely. He might have just been trying to post up and get the ball thrown over, which you could also do. You won't get away with that in the NBA, but there you go. All right, here we go. Nobody's guarding anybody in this Baylor game. Nobody is guarding anybody. Here we go. Kind of a weird jumper there. Again, he kind of ended up in a little bit of a crouch position. Look at this. So he kind of goes up, and notice how he kind of stays, like his shoulders are still like down a little bit. Just flow through it. Just be confident. Just bow. That's what I want to see. Just bow. Cool. Cool. All right, there we go. Wow, not much dip in that one either. Let me see that one more time. Swing. That's nice. That's it right there. That's the form. That's good. Cool. Bow. Wow. I like it. Again, not seeing much with the basketball. We're going to see a lot of jumpers, is what it is. So, not someone that's creating his own shot right now, right? He's reliant at the moment on other people, but we're seeing a guy with pretty damn good shooting form. Clearly a very good athlete, willing to move without the basketball because he has to, right? He can't do much with the basketball, presumably, right? That or they're just not giving him a chance to really show it. That's going to be something that I'll definitely look into more with a more in-depth breakdown in my own time, but this is interesting, right? Because, yeah, it's a really impressive physical specimen that looks like he can shoot the basketball well enough. This is, in a situation like this, like, hopefully I get to meet him during the off season and get to connect with him before the draft or during the draft process and everything, because this is going to be a guy that you're going to want to interview a lot and like see how much he understands about basketball as well. And it's not the biggest deal if he doesn't, but if you can teach him things quick enough, then that could be something that's really telling, right? Because then if you have that good of an athlete that has a decent skill set like this for now, and you can teach him stuff, then like yeah, that's all you need, right? Because you're taking a big swing anyway by taking him. So something to note there. Give me those. Hey, super bouncy. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, and bow. I love it. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's easy to fall in love with guys like this just by watching highlights, and you have to, this is why I say all this other stuff, you have to be careful not to fall into the trap of things like this, right? Because I know so many like college basketball coaches that they're watching these high school kids and they see them like windmill dunk or do this or do like a cockback dunk and they're like 6'6", and you're like, oh my gosh, the savior of my program. Here they come. Like, I need this guy. And then you don't do your due diligence and you realize, okay, no, he's just a good athlete. He's not actually like a basketball player, right? And that's the mistake that a lot of people fall into, and that's why AVC maybe had a little bit more college basketball success than some people. So, you know, is what it is. All right, good. Playoff 2. I love that. I love that. Where are we going? Give me this. Nice. Go through. Hey, there we go. Showed a little something off there with the basketball. Like, let me see how confident he was. Like, that's nice. I just like the way he moves, man. He moves really smooth. Like, this is a really, really good athlete. So, we love that. We love that. Give him the basketball, please, and thank you. Hey! I love the little swing each time. A little bit of tood. A little bit of tood. Give me that. Jumps right into the jumper. That's clean. That was his best-looking one yet. That was really nice. I liked that. Here we go. Goes. That was very Jason Tatum-y. Okay, I wonder, because he's got the little, like, armband as well. Do you think he's watching a lot of Jason Tatum and mapping some of his stuff off him? Because he's moving a lot like him, right? You have to wonder. It's much like how we found out that VJ Edgecombe does map a lot of his game off of Anthony Edwards. So I'm very curious, because that's a Jason Tatum jumper right there. Notice how it had that little bit of like a wrist dip, like to start off. I'm going to show you one more time, because it's the little things that I notice, right? So watch this. Watch this. The little bit of like a wrist dip right here. Look at that. And then it goes up and he flings it forward. Like, it's all pretty smooth once you get to the top of it. So kind of interesting there. Kind of interesting. All right, swing the Brock. That's nice. That's nice. We like that. We like that. Okay, bow. Ooh, he jumped outwards that time. Fair enough. Hey, cool. Right, back door, good stuff, kid. That's what we like to see. Like, I wish he was like, here's a little nitpicky thing right here. Here's a little nitpicky thing. He does not look ready to do anything right now, and maybe they don't give him the ball very much. That happens, right? Well, clearly he doesn't get the ball a ton, considering he scores like 6.5 points per game. But, and he's got pretty good efficiency, right? So mathematically, we know he's not getting the ball a ton or just not taking a ton of shots. I wish he looked a little bit more ready to go right here, but something to note. But now all of a sudden he's like, I can see his fingers starting to twitch. He's like, ooh, I might get the basketball. I might get the basketball. So he's going to do this little like in-out back door right here. So as soon as he sees this guy lunge for whatever reason here, he's got way too complicated of footwork going for him right now. We get the back door. That's awesome. Give me that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, here we go. Here we go. Kick it out to him. Jumps right into it. Smooth. Looking good. Looking good. Here we go. Short roll. Good. Way to find the space. Pull up. Bang. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we're here. Just going to pull up. Nice and simple. I'd love to see some more, like, off-ball movement. All right, this is just them breaking a zone. Cool. That looks really smooth. Like, here's the thing, right? It's really easy to tell, like, what you want to do with him, right? And that's a big part of the draft process, right? Because if I'm looking at a guy and I can't go, okay, this is what I want to turn him into, like, that sounds kind of cliche and stupid, but, like, you need to have a vision when you're developing people, right? You kind of have to have a model to be like, okay, this is what I want you to do. This is how I can envision using you on the basketball court, right? very easy to tell with this guy because there's a lot of guys that are doing what he does in the NBA that have a high level of success, right? He's got that frame, got that skill set. Like you can really easily tell where he should go with things. Is he maybe a little bit behind like a Jason Tatum was in terms of development? A little bit, probably a lot more, right? Because Tatum was pretty damn good in college and playing at the highest level possible of it. But you can see the archetype, right? And I think that that's important to kind of understand. Good close, like, nice. Very nice. I don't want to watch like too much more of the offensive highlights. I kind of get the point at this point. Okay, yeah, the handle looking a little like weary right now. Kind of, he doesn't really know where he wants to go with it. They didn't even guard him at all there. What was big fella doing right here? Look at this. He's like, let me come over this screen, and then I'm a stomp back at you. He said, fee, fi, fo, fum yo ass. And then doesn't actually go in for it. What was... Come on, man. let me see this one more time. He said, all right, here I come. Coach said come over the screen. Here I am. And now walk back, walk back. What's going on, man? We're in the first half. Like, you're up 2 points. Let's fucking go. All right, here we go. We're attacking. Good. Give me those. Nice. Hang time. Cool. Cool. Skip. Good. Nice. Let's see. So he gets to his spot. He didn't actually cut. He was given the ball, and then he realized he was open. But, hey, way to take the contact. That's why you play off 2 feet. I love that. Thank you. Here we go. Yep, not much to do with the basketball, but he's a tough shot maker. He's very talented. All right, cool. All right, I feel like we've seen enough of the jumpers and stuff like that. This looks like it might be like an off-ball thing. Wait 1 second, let me get one more of these. Here, where are we gonna go? Back door, give me those. One more dunk to throw it home offensively. Hey, we love it. Okay, let's move on to some of the playmaking stuff, because this is where I'm curious to kind of see the next level of him. All right, throw it over. Cool, give me a better camera angle, please, and thank you. All right, we're coming off. Reading pick and roll. That is a risky pass. Probably doesn't get through in the NBA. Big man does not roll the right direction. I'm going to keep harping on it, because look at this. Watch big man right here. Doesn't actually set the screen. Thanks a lot, big fella. And then just kind of rolls back this way. Kind of a wasted movement. You could have actually set the screen and helped this guy get open. You would have had a much easier pass, but instead he's able to recover. How this ball got through here, I don't know. It shouldn't have, but hey, good dunk. Good dunk. All right, we're here. Again, great look. Like, really good look. Saw it, recognized it, attacked, which is great. Saw the opening really quickly, zooms it in over there. That's a great pass. NBA, longer guys, much more aware of their spacing and stuff. Probably not going to work, but it's great that he saw it, right? Cool, we're here. He's good at anticipating openings, it looks like, which is great, right? That's a great skill to have. All right, we're going. All right, I can see him dribble the basketball a little bit more now. Here we go. I want to watch this. He's a little bit heavy with holding the basketball, but, like, again, sees the opening. So we got to work on the grips a little bit, I think. I think we got to work on the grips a little bit. What is the grips? That's like handle, having a tight handle, right? Like, be grippy with it. Like, should feel like it's a yo-yo or something like that. So I can tell just by that. Not the most grippy dude, but that's okay, right? Like, we're going for upside here. Here we go. Well, I guess every draft pick we're going for upside more often than not, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like, we know what we're getting with him. Let me see this pick and roll really quick. I want to see this. Go, set this. Look at that. He rolls the right way, and look at how open he is because of it. For Christ's sakes, kids, watch and learn. This is how you do it. Set the screen. Roll the right way. You've taken Yegor out of the play now. And look, he's open. Hey, it's that easy. I'm going to keep harping on it. It's that simple, and it's the little things. Alrighty, what happened here? Some sort of mosh pit took place. Good skip pass. Cool. He is recognizing things like pretty damn quickly. Processing speed is pretty damn good on a lot of these. Again, I'll have to watch closer to see if he's missing things and things like that in the full game, but this is cool to see. We're back to headband one. Nice pass, and he's going right back in for the crash. We love that. All right, here we go. Nice pass. Hey, cool. Cool. Here we go. He's making a lot of these. I don't know why people aren't getting back. Here we go. Cool. Nothing to write home about there. Give me that basketball. Good recognition. Great pass. Like, his passes are on time, on target. That is for sure. So that's cool. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's insane. I can't believe that guy caught that. Fair enough. All right, this guy did so many twirls. Right here, watch 13. This is why you just roll the correct way, right? So watch this. He twirls instead of setting a screen. Decides I'm gonna twirl one more time because I'm a pretty ballerina, and go here. By the way, ballerinas, high-level athletes. High-level athletes. My dad wanted me to do dance a lot growing up so that I'd have more balance and flexibility. Good thing for you guys to do if you want to become more athletic. Here you go. Here, I didn't do ballet. I don't picture AVC in a tutu, but I did do, like, some hip-hop type dance stuff when I was younger because my dad wanted me to, again, be more dynamic and flexible. I'm going to move on. All right. Here we go. Grab that. Good pass. Again, he recognizes quickly, which we love. So there's a high-level processing speed. Cool. I like that he threw that ball high. Big men easier to catch up there. I don't know if he intended to, but it's there. Here we go. Nice. Nice. It looks good. It looks pretty damn good. I can see it, right? I understand why people are excited about this guy. Obviously, production hasn't quite been there in terms of, like, high-level numbers, per se, but you see it, you see the skill set, right? You see why people are very interested, and that's why you can't always take numbers into account. Like, I think about Bronny James or whatever, and you look at, like, the amount of points that he scored. How many points did Bronny James score in college, right? Like, let's see, 4.8 to 5. But, like, you see some of the skill that he's shown in, like, the G League and, like, the NBA this year. Like, yes, not everything's there, but that's why, like, the counting numbers aren't always it. If you want to be, like, the elite level scouts and stuff like that, you look a little deeper and you find people like this, right, that are interesting. And obviously people have latched on to this opinion now, but it seems like a fair opinion. He seems like he's got a good amount of upside. So that's exciting. Here we go. Here we go. Cool. Solid pass. Good stuff. Here we go. Let's go through. Let's go through. Nice. Very nice. Let me see this. So we're coming around a screen. We haven't seen him come around a screen left yet. Haven't seen him finish with the left hand at all, so I'm going to guess that it's not really a present thing. Good shot. 3. White guy wearing number 3. You know what he does well. Here we go. Set the screen. Oh, we already saw this pass, but we're going to get to see it again. All right, on to defense now. Let's watch some defense. So very active feet early, which is cool. All right, keeps him in front. Gets a hand on basketball. Nice. Very nice. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Where is he at right now? Where is he at right now? Okay, he's in the corner. That's good. He's in good defensive standing right here. Backdoor. He sees it. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. A bit of a late rotation here. Like, he should have been dropping down a lot earlier than this, but he makes up for it by being a 9.5 out of 10 athlete, it seems like. Holy cow. Does he get up easily? All right, we're here. Gets backdoored. All right, so here's what happened here, kids. Here's what you have to realize. Watch this. So you got a guy right here, right? You never want to be in a spot where you can't see your defender and the ball at any given point. So right now, he has to turn his head like completely to be able to see this guy, right? So you'd want him to be a little bit lower here, or at least facing his defender this way and kind of looking back at this guy. So his chest should almost be facing towards this guy, and his left hand would be in the passing lane. That's what I would like to see out of it. But he has to recover and blocks that shot. We saw that one early on. That's crazy. But again, poor defensive positioning, right? Here we go. Here we go. It kind of reminds me of Zion, actually, when he was in college, where, like, honestly, like, Zion had a lot of really bad defensive habits in college, but because he was just, like, the greatest athlete ever, he recovers, like, instantly every time, so he's benefiting a lot from this as well. So we're here. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of coordination. That's crazy. All right, where are we going? We're chasing people around screens. Give me those. Okay, he's bouncy. We've determined that. And when you're 6'8" and you can jump high, you can block shots. It really is that simple sometimes. So here we go. Here we go. Keep a guy on you. Good tip. Okay, here we go. Oh, chase down. Chase down. Watch out. Oh, he's scared. Way to not just jump at him. Thank you very much. When you see a guy like this is a very minor thing, but notice how he caught it like this and he was looking back. Like, he's not just going to put it right up on the glass. That boy's a scared. He's a scared right now. He's like, oh no, there's a 6'8" light skin coming after me. He's gonna block this shot, isn't he? And so he's like, ooh, pump fake, but he doesn't bite. He waits and blocks it. So give me that shit, stupid. stupid. Give me, yeah, a little bit of tood. A little bit of tood. Like, give me that, yeah. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, we're here. We're here. Come here. Give me that. Oh, my God. Blocked it with his damn elbows. Come here. Why would you try? Oh, I think he just missed that dunk more so, right? Little fella right here tried to throw it down. Yeah, no, he just missed that dunk. Here we go. Here we go. What's going to happen? Oh, jumps at him there. I personally am not of the belief that you should jump at three-point shots because, like, less than 1% of them are actually even blocked. I think it's much more valuable to just, like, close people out, put a hand in their face. Like, people are so good at shooting anyway. I think it's more valuable that you stay in front of people in case they don't shoot it, and you can box them out right away in case a long ball comes back to them. It keeps you in the play. So that's my belief. Some people will say otherwise, and, like, I'm down to hear it out at all times, but I just think it's more valuable that way. Like Steph Curry's, like, never had a three-point shot blocked or something, which, like, insane. So I don't know if that's changed because I remember that stat was like 2 years old or something. It's probably like 2 years old now or something. So maybe it's changed. Maybe Zion finally got to him. Or Wemby. Here we go. Here we go. He's just kind of trailing. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. What kind of happened here? What kind of happened on that last play? I want to see this one more time. All right. So not sure why he's facing away from the basketball right here. Maybe there's some sort of game plan thing that I'm not aware of. Jersey Mike's. Shout out Jersey Mike's. We talked about them in another video. Low quality sandwiches, in my opinion. Low quality. By the way, let's do the word of the video. Let's pick something out on here to pick out. I don't know. Figure out how to put the word geek into something. SeatGeek, if you ever want to sponsor me, that'd be awesome. I'd love to get some tickets to some things. Maybe you guys take me to a Timberwolves playoff game. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. I'm a Bulls fan, but live in Minneapolis, so that'd be cool to see. Alrighty, so let's see this. He was facing the wrong way for some reason. Maybe it's game planning. Blocks that shot, goes and gets the ball. Very cool. All right, here we are. Here we are. He's on him. He's on him right here. We're going. Gets the block again. Very impressive. Against some high-level talent as well. Here we go. Here we go. Give me that. Oh, my gosh. He's really good about going straight up on these blocks. Also, this, like, periwinkle color in the stands, horrendous. Can't stand it. All right, here we go. Here we go. What are we doing? He's on the basketball right there. I was looking around for him somewhere else, and he's on the basketball. So his feet may be a little bit wide on this right here, and he's got his hands on him. That's not what you want to do. Use the arm bar as much as you can in college. You just can't extend it, but just keep the arm bar on him. Don't put your hands on him. He was kind of copping a feel of his ass there for a second. It's cool, man. You do what you got to do, but just do it on your own time. Here we are, low-key fouling him a little bit there, but, you know, it's hard to see. Give me that. Good defense. Here we go. Here we go. Gets his hands very involved. We love to see that. We're back on him now. We're back on him. How was that closeout? That closeout was a little bit whack. A little bit whack, right? Like, watch. Like, his toes are a bit too far forward on this, but he sits down. We'd like to have his hands a little bit more active. There we go. Shuffles. Keeps him in front. Chest up. Block. Man. He's really good at getting that block, man. That's impressive. I see the one block a game now for limited minutes. Like that's a pretty crazy like block ratio compared to how many minutes you're playing. Pretty nuts. All right, keeping him in front, keeping the chest on him. That's awesome. Give me those. Amazing. Amazing defense. Here we go. They're icing him. He's going to reject it all. He takes him on. Great defense. Cool. Where are we at here? Again, a little bit late on the rotation on things. This is something that we're noticing, especially when he's on these wings, right? This is one of those scenarios where, first of all, I don't know what kind of defense that they're in right now. That's part of the problem. Something fucking weird is going on here. But he's able to make the recovery. Definitely a foul, but, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. Here we go. What happened here? What happened here? What happened here? Let's see this. I don't know. I guess he was trying to fight over to get the steal, but he just did it extremely late. All right, so we're here. He's there. Perfect recovery, though. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. I love it. And most people can't jump that high to actually make it work, but hey, credit. We're here. Let's see one more. Let's see one more thing. It's just blocks, man. He's just getting blocks and everything. All right, let's Carter Bryant. Alrighty, so Carter Bryant, what did we learn? Well, that went pretty much as expected, I would say. He's a guy that he's not putting up crazy numbers or anything. He's only really doing a couple things on the basketball court, but he's doing them pretty well. He's got a good shot form. He's really athletic. He seems active on defense. I'm a little out of position at times for sure. There's definitely some things to learn about this guy, or some things for him to learn on his basketball journey on the defensive end, but because he's such a crazy athlete, he's kind of able to make it work at the college level. I think at the NBA level, he's going to struggle a little bit right away. But again, the perspective on this guy is you're taking a home run swing because, yes, we got 6'8", 225, good shooting form and hitting his shots right now, right, which is great. And we've got a really high-level athlete that can play off 2 feet. He's got good balance. He's not rushed or anything. He seems very under control, and he's showing some playmaking chops, potentially. Like, he can't really put the ball on the floor right now, much at all, it seems like, but he's recognizing things. He can be a connector for offense, so there's certainly a lot to like here. I totally understand, actually. I totally understand. So if you're a team that maybe you've got a couple first-round picks or something, or you're just far away from being relevant and you want to take a little bit of a swing in a position that's really valuable in the NBA, well, this could be your guy. This could be your guy. So I get it. I totally get it with him. Where do I want to put him is the question. Where do I want to put him? So I like him a lot. I really, really do. He was a fun player. Where do I want to put him? And again, this current big board, like, this is just the order at which I would take people in. It would be completely dependent if another team was picking or something like that, right? This is kind of just the order that I like the prospects in, and it's almost certainly going to change by draft time because I'll get to see certain people in person, and I'll have watched way more film by then. So just know that we'll do like another video at some point where I do like my actual like one that I'll be turning into an NBA team so that we can have that on record. I did it last year. It was kind of fun. Where do I want to put him? Don't like him as much as Wolf. I'm going to go down one at a time. I like Asanua a little bit better than him. Trey Johnson, way more skill set available right now, but Carter Bryant potentially higher ceiling because he has a little bit more of like the intelligence chops, it would seem like. Better athlete. Rasheer Fleming, more ready to contribute right now. Similar kind of play style though, so something kind of interesting there. Con Knipple probably more ready to play right now, but not as high of a ceiling overall. I look at like a Rasheer Fleming or something and I'm like, I want to put him somewhere around Fleming. I just don't know if I like him more or less. So I guess take it this way, right? If you're a good... I'm basically saying that Fleming and Carter Bryant are tied in my head right now. So I'm going to put him just below for the sake of Rasheer Fleming's going to be able to do more day one in my mind. And I believe the same about Knipple, probably Queen, Clayton, and then I'd probably stop there. But I'm viewing these two as pretty much equals right now. With the caveat of like, hey, good team needs people right now. You take Fleming. If you got more time to wait and you want to swing for maybe a little more upside, you go Carter Bryant. Guys like Knipple, again, more ready to contribute right away, maybe lower ceiling than like both of them, at least in my eyes, and you kind of go from there. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. We have broken down 24 people, and we still got more to do. Obviously, leave your comments below on who else we should break down, and we'll go from there. But anyway, let's go do the comment of the video. All right, y'all, comment of the video is coming from our most recent mock draft video here. As always, please show these videos some love, especially the one you're watching. Share it with people. That's great for the algorithm, apparently, is what I've recently learned. These always get demonetized, so I don't really get anything for doing them, but I really love doing them. It's a lot of fun, so please show them some love and go watch Ideal Offseason, man. We're in that time of the year. It's my best series on YouTube. No one else on YouTube really seems to be doing it, and you can get some cool stuff out of it, like the tools. Who is dumping trash outside them right now? Oh my god, can you guys hear that? I have no clue. All right, whatever. It's the end of the video. I don't actually care that much. But it's coming from Matrix. Matrix, very frequent commenter on the channel. He's very active on the Discord. If you haven't already joined the Discord, why haven't you? Link is in the description right here. We're talking hoops on there all the time, but he said he can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away. Jesse from Breaking Bad and now AVC with OKC. Go watch the video if you're not understanding this joke. It's just funny that OKC just is completely outsmarting everybody at all possible times. But anyway, I just found the comment fun. But seriously, I appreciate you guys as always. As you see, I respond to every single comment, so if you leave me one, I've got a couple up here that I need to get to, then you're gonna get a response, and maybe you'll be the comment to the video. But yeah, go join the Discord, go watch Ideal Off-Season, give this video a like, do all of the things, do every single thing I tell you to do always, because we're building a community of people that listen to me. I don't know, we're ending the video now. Thanks so much, bye.